DJDUBL.
It's DJDUBL here, and today I've got another very special guest in the building, Tashan.
Yes, hello.
Welcome,
hello.
thanks for coming on the channel.
Thank you.
You're a very unique artist, I feel like. You can't get put in a box. Listening through all your music, all the different styles, like, you're very, very versatile. How would you describe your sound?
I think, like, I would say a world music.
Okay, yeah.
Because I don't like to be boxed in, because I like to do so many things. So I think, world music would make, obviously it's like always, R&B is always the base, kind of R&B and hip hop music. That's where it all started. But I like to expand, in Latino, Indian sound and all of that. And now obviously living in the UK has obviously also influenced my accent.
Yeah.
And also the way I write and everything. So I guess now it's a mix of everywhere I've been and kind of got inspiration from.
Because you're quite a worldly person. So you live in London now, like you said. And you were raised in Switzerland.
Yeah, between India and Switzerland. Moved here 3.5 years ago, and now I'm just, and then obviously was in the States a lot as well, in LA and New York. So yeah.
What kind of music did you grow up listening to?
Very, like, started with Spice Girls.
Oh, okay. What are they big in Switzerland?
They were, at least for me, they were.
Yeah.
Like, Spice Girls were big for me, and then like very early, like Tupac and Biggie.
Right. Okay.
And then Aaliyah, Missy Elliott, all that stuff.
Yeah. So was there much Indian music?
Then obviously my dad, because of my dad, I listened to a lot of Indian classical music at home, and we used to watch Bollywood movies.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, loads of different
world music inspirations
literally.
As well. So I know you speak fluently in English and French. Do you speak Hindi?
A little bit. I can hold a very basic conversation.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
How about any others? Is there any other languages in the vault?
French, Swiss German, a bit of Spanish.
What's your first language?
Swiss German.
Right, okay.
And then English.
How do you find it writing in other languages?
So, because I grew up speaking English, I grew up speaking English at home,
Right.
So, for me, it was like, obviously, when I came to London, I felt like that's where I really learned a lot more about the language, because I was always surrounded by it, and the songwriters I work with, and the people I work with. You learn so much. So I find, for me, I think English is the easiest to write.
Right. Okay.
I have not really written so much in Swiss German, nor German, nor French.
Right.
But I want to get into it.
Yeah.
I did the other day. I was in India, in Bombay, and I did the first song I sang in Hindi.
Right. Okay.
So they helped me write it.
Yeah.
And sounds sick. I'm excited.
This might be a strange question. What language do you think in?
Think Swiss German and English.
Right. Okay. Like a combination.
Yeah, I think so. So my friends say when I talk in my sleep, so I sometimes speak English, sometimes German. They're like, oh. Confused child.
I don't really know much about Switzerland. Are there many like Indian immigrants living in Switzerland?
In India, we don't have a lot of Indians, more Sri Lankans.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So going to school and stuff, like, were there other children that looked like you that you could relate to, or were you a minority?
I think so. There was loads of foreigners, like loads of from everywhere, like Albania, and like we have loads of Albanians in Switzerland, Italians, Tamils, like from Sri Lanka. So that, but like me, no. But then on the other side, because I was half, and people never really knew where to put me in. Because what is she exactly? I don't really look like Indian as well.
Yeah.
So I was always with the mixed kids or with the foreigners mostly. I was, to be fair, less with the Swiss kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. I didn't realise it was such a multicultural country.
Yeah, it is.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is there anything about Swiss culture that you have in your style or music now? Because like I said, I don't really know too much about the country or its culture. And it's quite clear through your Instagram and stuff, there's a lot of Indian cultural inspiration there.
Yeah, I guess the Swiss, I guess maybe my accent, that's maybe what I would say, but I'm really Swiss, but I'm really Indian in some ways. And obviously because the Indian part is the more exotic part.
Yeah.
And there's so much rich, like the culture is so rich.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just a natural thing. But the Swiss obviously also always comes in somehow, but I couldn't really pinpoint what it would be. I guess it would be my accent. Yeah.
So in terms of like the type of artist that you are, do you consider yourself, because where your music is based here and what I'm learning from it is based in the UK music bracket, but I take it you don't really consider yourself a UK artist?
I wouldn't say so. Obviously have influences, but it's hard to really say it because I'm not really a Swiss artist no more. But I'm now here, so I would say maybe I am a bit of a UK artist, but also not, because I'm not from here. But I don't think it really matters anymore. Like music is music.
Yeah.
And I think like in today's time, like it's just so easy to cross over, and like people from Spain listen to Italian music, Italian people listen to French music.
Yeah.
And it's all like UK music is slowly also like, seeing, there's a big market out there. Europe is big, and we have amazing, like there's so many amazing musicians from Europe.
Yeah. I saw from your Spotify statistics that like your biggest market is Switzerland and Germany.
Yeah.
So because you mentioned you had been here, 3.5 years?
Yeah.
Were those markets established? Did you have fan bases in those countries before you came to London?
Not really.
So it's built since you've been here?
Yeah, it's interesting. And obviously the UK now next year for me is like, I also really want to build it in the UK. But I also kind of knew that the music that I'm putting out this year is not gonna I knew it will target more the German, European market.
Right.
Kind of, that was also a bit the intention.
How did you know? Just the sound?
Yeah, the sound.
Right,
but
okay.
I kind of have a feeling that the music that I'm dropping next year is gonna make some noise in the UK.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
What's your label situation?
I'm independent.
Okay, so from London, how do you go about attacking the German and Swiss markets then? Especially in terms of like performances, are you flying back and forth?
Yeah. Because I have a team in Switzerland.
Okay.
That I've been working with since the start. My management is in Switzerland.
Right.
And they're very connected to Germany.
Okay.
So that's where the link also happens. And they are they're the ones who made that happen mostly.
Going again off your Spotify stuff, I noticed in your 2019 wrap up, first of all, over 1 million streams this year.
Yeah, that was really nice.
That's great numbers for for an independent artist. Right? So did you have expectations for what you wanted to reach this year?
Kind of, yeah. Like that was like the expectation. Like I kind of wanted to hit like 1 million this year.
Yeah.
Like that was my like goal. Like I need to hit 1 million for my, like just now I'm at that stage where, you have little goals that you
Yeah,
wanna,
of course.
So I was really pleased with that.
Yeah, and 79 different countries.
That's so sick.
Did you look through the list?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh, I was going to ask where was the most surprising country?
I have to actually do that. I'm really bad with that stuff.
I'm a fiend for it. I'm constantly checking analytics.
Oh,
and
really?
I like seeing just random stuff.
It's good. I should do it more. I'm just, not very analytical.
Have you found it difficult to break into the UK market?
Yeah, I think it's definitely not easy, but there's I think two sides. People are really like, on one side, really open and wanna help and are up for it, but then they're quite cliquey as well. And I feel like that's a big difference between the States and here. Like in the States, if you're good and you're sick, you're sick. Here, if you're not associated with the right people, I feel it's harder. Yeah,
if you're not in the gang, you can't be in the gang.
Yeah, it's so for me, and I'm just doing me. I can't be a part of one gang, because I'm my own gang and I'm trying to build international gang.
Yeah.
And obviously, but then UK for me, like I love the people here, and I think, when the time is right, which I hope is next year, I think, UK could definitely be a market that I also break into.
Talk to me about what you've been doing in America. Like, whereabouts were you, first of all?
So I've basically started my music journey properly out there
Right.
in 2012.
Okay.
So that's when it all began for me, like when I was like, okay, that's what I really want to do, like music, because I've always been singing from really young. I was in studios like with the age like of 14, doing stuff for rappers, hooks and like backing vocals and stuff, but never really took it serious in terms of that's going to be my life, because growing up in Switzerland, that was not really a thing you did,
Yeah, it's not really like a music hub, is it?
Not really. There's very small, and there's not, even though we have like a lot of festivals, urban festivals, people love it, but just especially me singing in English and everything. So then when I went to LA, instead of 1 week, I stayed 3 months, and that's where it all started. It was like, okay, I'm doing this now.
Yeah.
And so LA always has a special like kind of place in my heart, because that's where I kind of started this whole journey. And now in October, when I went there to record, and it's just amazing energy out there. Like, people are just so on grind, like it's unbelievable. And I'm like, I love to work hard, and when I find people that are so like-minded, oh no, we won't stop at 7, it's gonna go on till 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm excited, because I'm like, yes, that's what I want, because I can only do so much by myself.
Yeah.
So it's nice when other people are as motivated.
Who have you been recording with out there?
So actually I've also worked with some producers from the UK, KZ.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a sick producer.
You've been working together out there?
Yeah, out
right,
there.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, and then Hayes, who is a great producer from Paris. Then I worked with we got in studio with a guy called Derek Milano, and I learned like so much from this guy in just being in one session. Like he's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
He wrote for like Nicki Minaj and shit like that.
Okay. So what kind of sound are you making with them? Is it that, again, more like world music, or is it more refined down the R&B route?
Yeah, it was quite R&B, and this year I've done a lot of kind of trappy R&B influence with a lot of Indian sounds. Yeah, I'm really excited for next year.
What's a studio session with you like? Because I know from listening to High and watching the video, I know you like a smoke.
Yeah.
So do you get lit in the studio, or is it like professional just...
No, I like to get lit in the studio. Yeah. I like to get lit in the studio. No, I just think I just love to catch a vibe, and I think there's no recipe. Like, you go in studio, and if the vibe is right, it's just, I think like, for me, I always tell everybody, just let's leave our ego out this door. Let's not bring it into the room, because I just think that you can only really create pure and good music is when you don't bring your ego in.
Yeah.
When you're just like, you know what, let's just make the best music possible and not try and force something because you have a certain idea, or sometimes I have a good idea, but maybe my bro has a better idea.
Yeah, of course.
And it's important, I feel, to just so I just like peaceful. Like, I like peaceful environments.
So the first song I think I ever heard from you was We Get It.
Yeah.
And the reason I heard it, because Joe Grind did a remix.
Yeah.
And he showed it to me. He was like, what do you think of this? And I really liked it. And obviously, like, first time we met was Joe Grind's headline show 2 years ago. How did you and Joe meet? Like, where did the connection come from there?
I think it was actually through Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he heard my track and really liked it. And said, can I jump on it? I said, yeah, sure.
Yeah, was it a studio session together, or did he just send you a remix?
He just sent the remix, and We Get It was like the first track I released when I came to the UK.
Okay.
So I was really excited.
Fans rolling in, yeah. The fans are here.
It was like I still love that song a lot. Yeah, We Get It is a vibe.
Yeah, I guess as your first song here as well, it's kind of like
I just wanted to
a moment for you.
Yeah, like this is it. I'm here now, and let's go.
Yeah. Talking about like your musical diversity, you've made trap, you've made R&B, you've made reggae, you've made like your most recent singles like a more pop, like you say, kind of European style. Do you find it difficult going into all these different styles, or is it just natural?
No, like I find it hard to stick to some one thing.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm like, I just like it really depends on my mood. Because I love to really do like really pure and soulful music as well, but then I love to be ratchet as well.
What's your favorite to do?
Right now I just love to turn up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all the new music is like proper turn up music.
And that stuff that's out yet or no?
No, it's all next year.
It's all on the way.
Yeah, it's all on the way. It's like 2020, I'm really like, I'm not playing.
Do you think you're going to hit into the clubs as well?
Yeah, I think with the music I could definitely hit the clubs.
Sick. You did Glastonbury this year.
Yeah.
That must have been a moment.
That was a moment. I was like, wow, I didn't expect to be, you know, to be able to perform at Glastonbury so early in my career. It was amazing experience, and just, yeah, the people were good vibe.
Is that must be the biggest show you've done so far, right?
Yeah.
Because I know you did Lovebox.
Lovebox, yeah. No, definitely Glastonbury that's big.
It's Glastonbury. I think, is that like it must be the biggest festival in the world, right?
I don't know if, is Coachella bigger? I don't know.
I wish I hadn't said anything now because I have no idea.
I don't know. So maybe, yeah.
It's definitely the most famous one, I'm sure.
It's massive. Yeah, so yeah, that was good. And BBC's been so, you know, just supportive since nearly the beginning of my career here.
Yeah.
Been really good having the BBC Asian network, BBC One Extra, and yeah.
I guess again another benefit for you being so diverse is because of your ethnic background. The Asian network, I know the Asian network loves to support like a lot of the Asian artists, obviously that especially from abroad, but also the homegrown ones. Yeah. And then, but you're not alienated because of your sound, so you actually like. Yeah, you can fit onto Radio 1's playlist or even One Extra, or do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's another benefit of being so diverse, I guess.
I guess sometimes it's also good to have just your sound, but I do like, I feel I have my sound, but it's just very diverse. Yeah. I think it's like just, and it's constantly evolving as well. But I think that's so normal. Like, yeah, I'm just so excited to always try new things, and wherever I go, like. Any country I go, I want to learn about their music, and you know, you never know. You see something, that could fit in my. Yeah, I think it's great to like. That's why I love Drake. I know people say, he takes other cultures, but I think it's great. Like, yeah. I think it's amazing. Like, because like, I don't think a culture should be just for. Like, I think it's here to share.
There's certain elements of Drake's music that wouldn't have reached other countries. Like, I mean, certain African songs, like some people wouldn't know who Wizkid is if it wasn't for Drake. Do you know what I mean? And
exactly, it opens up. I mean, even London, he's put London on the map. Yeah. Literally. And London wouldn't maybe be so popping. Maybe it will. I don't know. But he's definitely helped.
He's without a doubt. I mean, I don't know about specifically London, but without a doubt, he's definitely helped certain artists pop internationally, like from the UK. So
I feel like everybody's looking at London as well. Like
right now, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's good.
You dropped a project, Bombay Mami.
Yes.
Volume 1.
Yeah.
So my first question about this, knowing what I know, which is very little, so please don't test me too much, but knowing what I know about India, Bombay is the former name for Mumbai, right?
Yes.
Is it quite a controversial name? Because what I understand about it is Bombay was like the British colonial name, and it's now called Mumbai, where they wanted to bring it back more towards like Indian culture.
Definitely, yeah.
So how do like native Indians feel about the name Bombay? Is it a controversial name?
I think so. I think it's a mix. I think, like, I know that a lot of people still call it Bombay, even in India, even in Bombay.
Is that like the more older generations because they lived when it was? When was the change? Do you know? I don't know what year.
I don't actually know when the change was, but I know that even people who are young say Bombay.
Right. Okay.
I guess they're used to that name, and then Mumbai was the new kind of because originally it was called Mumbai.
Right, okay.
And then the Brits came and they couldn't pronounce the name.
Right.
So they say Bombay.
Fucking Brits.
and then yeah, they go. But I think, you know, I could understand, and if, you know, people feel a certain way against the name, I do understand that. But for me, it's just always been Bombay since a child. It's just been a natural, you know. I always went there as a child. It's always been Bombay. We never said Mumbai.
Right. So that's the area your dad's from.
No, my dad's actually, so originally my dad is from South India,
Right.
Bangalore, but he grew up in North India,
Okay.
in Varanasi, which is like considered the holy city. And as a child, I just was a lot in Bombay.
Right.
And
Okay.
just had great like moments in Bombay, and to be fair, like the name, like where my dad grew up, Varanasi, wouldn't be as cool like as Bombay.
Varanasi Mami.
Yeah,
It doesn't have the same ring to it.
Bombay Mami is just like boom.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. One of my favorites from the project was called This Time.
Yeah.
I like that song. And also because that was the one you performed at Glastonbury.
Yeah.
But with the live band, you kind of gave it like a reggae twist.
Yeah, it was a little bit a reggae twist. And yeah, this time it's been like, you know what the crazy thing is, I didn't even, it was not actually, the song wasn't supposed to be on the project. I had
Okay.
another song, but then, yeah, complications with,
Was that like sample clearance or?
no, the producers were not really cooperative. So we
Right,
were just
okay.
like, okay, let's just drop that song. Let's get this on. And then it's done the best out of the whole project. I was like, wow, that's crazy. So
Yeah.
it was, you know, everything I feel in life, everything somehow happens for a reason. Things always like, I look back and I was like, that, you know, makes sense now. And back then I didn't see it.
Konshens has done a remix of that record as well.
Yeah, that
Tell
was
me
sick.
about that connection. How did that pair up happen?
You know what? So Konshens and I had a song from 2015.
Okay.
So that song, actually, that verse was from another song.
Right. So this is an unreleased track that you did together.
Yes. And I never put it out
Right. Okay.
because I just always felt it wasn't the right time. And then forgot about it. And then moved to London, had other things, other features, and da da da. And then we wanted to do a remix for this song. And I had a conversation with Konshens like a week before that about the song. And then I was like, hey, why don't we try? Because it was produced by the same producers.
Who is
the Sound Brothers.
Okay, right.
Yeah. And I was like, why don't you try put it on this track and see how it works? And it worked perfectly. So I called him. I was like, is it cool? And he said, yeah. And he said, I love it. So I was like, cool, let's go.
Good times.
Yeah.
So how did you guys meet in the first place?
He was in Germany at a festival.
Okay.
And I was at that festival and we met. And then I sent him a track and he liked it and he jumped on it.
I feel like that's a good thing about a lot of Jamaican artists.
Yeah, they're just so easy to work with.
And it's just so organic as well. If they
Yeah.
like a song, it doesn't matter where the status of the
Yeah.
artist is, they're just going to jump on.
Yeah, I do appreciate that because it's like I was literally like I had nothing
Yeah.
back then, but he liked it. And, you know, I guess I also, for some reason, knew why I don't put it out yet because obviously he's such a big, like has such a big following and everything. And I was just at very start. To put that out wouldn't have had the same impact maybe that it could have had now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you also worked with Sean Paul.
No, I opened up for him.
So that was a live show, right?
Yeah, I opened up for Sean Paul. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, Switzerland was like, when I came back from LA and I started touring in Switzerland, there was nobody else doing what I was doing. So I just was opening up for all these American artists.
Yeah.
Which was good experience.
Is that how you managed to capture such a big fan base in Switzerland? Because
Don't
doing
know.
the supports.
I think obviously Switzerland is small as well, you know. But I also feel that since I moved to London, it only started really growing. When I was in Switzerland, nobody cared for my music.
Right.
Really, nobody. Really. So I had to make a move. I was like, no, this is not for me here.
Yeah.
And now they're excited about me. And it's funny how it always turns out when you go away,
Yeah.
they see, oh, she's doing bits here and there. And then they like, but it's also understandable. sometimes you have to leave your place and your comfort zone as well. You know, I was in a very comfortable place, and Switzerland is like this such a great country in so many ways, but it's a bit too comfortable. And I think that's for me where I was like, okay, I need to, if I really want to make this happen, I can't be always so comfortable.
Yeah.
Because when you're in a comfort zone, there's only so much you can achieve. You have to get out of this and just really, like, I think just learn about yourself in a different way as well.
I like that mindset. Who would be your ultimate collaboration? Dead or alive, anyone ever?
Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott, yeah?
Yeah, I'd love to work with her. Yeah, she's so sick. She's big inspiration.
She's a sick artist as well.
I just think I could learn so much from her.
What's your favourite Missy tune?
I do Work It.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Work It.
Big club banger when it came out as well.
Yeah.
What's your favourite song from the Bombay Mami project?
I do. My favorite is the outro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love the outro.
Very musical.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. I love it so much. Like, this whole project is just so, like, honestly, like, so much went into it. We had like a week where I brought all musicians in, and we played it live, and we did, like, it was just amazing.
So did you produce that whole thing? Because when I say very musical, what I mean is it's not a traditional song. There's no, like, does that make sense? It's not like it's not like the rest of the project where the songs are structured. It's the opposite to the intro. The intro, obviously, you're speaking and kind of talking about your journey.
Yeah.
I sort of expected the outro to be a bit like that as well.
Yeah.
But then when it wasn't, it caught my attention. So did you orchestrate that whole thing and produce it yourself almost?
I kind of like let them do what they wanted, but I told them what I want. I said I want a big bang.
Right, okay. Yeah.
I want a lot of trumpets, Spanish guitars, Indian drums.
Yeah.
So I kind of produced it, but I just let them do what they like. They like felt natural to them as well.
Yeah.
And I just love when the other day when we were in LA. We listened back to the whole project, and it was just like, wow, it's actually solid. I like it a lot. Looking back, I'm really proud of it.
Solid's a very good way to describe it, actually. That outro, is that something that you will begin to replicate in like live shows and stuff moving forwards?
Definitely, yeah. I think it's going to be my intro, actually.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're going to look to having like a live band on stage with you when you perform?
Definitely. So obviously it's also kind of, it depends where and, you know, what type of performance it's going to be, and the capacity and everything. Before my London headline show, definitely.
Do you have a date for that?
Yeah, 29th of April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exciting times.
Yes.
29th of April, we've got a date to talk about. So will there be anything landing before that? Is the new music coming out before then?
Yeah, I have. If it's definitely 2 songs.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 songs I'm really excited about. Like, can't wait.
Why?
Because it's just fire flames. It's just like so me. I feel it's just so me. The videos we made are just crazy as well.
So you have everything ready to go. Is it difficult knowing that you're sitting on like fire, but you got to hold it back?
Yeah.
Especially as an independent artist, because you could, if you wanted to,
just really
be like, all right, fuck it, it's going out tomorrow, like, and just drop it tomorrow. The artists on the labels, they have to wait.
Yeah. Oh, that's something I would be scared of if I was signing.
So is it difficult for you to be like, oh, I've got it, but...
Yeah, it's kind of difficult, but then I also know that even though I'm quite an impulsive person, like if it was me, I would say, let's go. But I know everything sometimes needs to be planned out properly. And
how do you go about doing that as an independent artist? How do you strategize for the future? Because the music game changes so often.
Yeah, I think you have to be really flexible. Like, I'm aware that maybe what I have in mind right now can change any minute.
Yeah.
So, because obviously I'm constantly doing new songs and constantly better songs come out.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to let go of an idea as well. Like, you had that in mind, you wanted that exactly like that, but sometimes you just have to say, you know what? This doesn't make sense right now. Like, there's one tune, I really love it, and like live it goes down really well. It's like a garage tune.
Right.
And I love it. I love to perform it, but it just doesn't make sense right now to release it.
Okay.
So even though I would really like to release it, I know it just doesn't make sense. So just let's wait. Maybe that's the things. There's so many songs I've done that I'm sure never will see the light. But then on the other side, maybe someone else can have it.
I was going to say, there's always that. You can just pass them off as reference songs and then they work for someone else.
Exactly, that would be great.
You get the writer credits, publishing that way.
Exactly.
Even more money.
Money. It would be nice to see what they would make out of it as well.
Yeah. So what, apart from the headline show and the pending releases?
You have my European tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this.
So I got Switzerland, Germany, France and England so far.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's going to be really good. We just announced the German tour. So I have Hamburg, Munich and Berlin. I do like Germans a lot. I get along a lot with them. And obviously I speak the language. It's going to be fun, you know.
Yeah. So Swiss German and German are they very different languages? Is it like accents or is it complete words that are different?
You could compare it like patois in English.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
so
like broken German.
Right.
So they don't really understand us.
Okay.
We understand. We obviously speak the language in school and, you know, like everything, letters and stuff, because we don't have a proper grammar, Swiss German. You can just write however you want.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great.
That's so random.
It's lovely.
So your writing could be just completely different to your friend's writing.
Yeah.
You still understand it?
Yeah.
I guess it is. Yeah, it is very much like patois.
Yeah,
English.
exactly.
Interesting. So we've got the European tour, all the releases, the headline show in London.
Yeah.
Sounds like 2020 is going to be a big one for you.
I hope so. I'm literally when I think about it, I'm just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting times though. Is there anything else we're missing off the list?
India, like, definitely is also something on my list now, because when I went there now in November, I realized like there's so much possibilities there, and the kids there are just so hungry for urban music.
Right.
Like R&B, hip hop is just the fastest growing music.
Okay, is it US stuff, I guess?
US, but also UK and especially Indian rap.
Okay.
Yeah, like they have their own stars.
Yeah.
And they're just blowing up, and because there's 1.4 billion people, like it's just crazy. So there's such a big space for me there. There's hardly any females. There's a girl called Raja Kumari. She's from LA. And she's Indian, and she's now since 3 years been like working a lot in India, and now she's doing really well. And I met her, and she's great. She's doing amazing, and she actually asked me if I want to be on her MTV show next year. So like India's definitely sick, and I performed there. It was great. The girls, they were just like, I think definitely girls, like, it's funny because on Spotify, my analytics show that I've quite 50-50 men and women and men. Okay. Yeah. But when it shows girls just like, it's just like, because I'm very, like, my songs are very empowering. And
yeah.
I feel like girls, it's just definitely, my songs are made for girls as well.
Yeah.
Because I want them to like, like, especially in India as well, like, there's still, so much, like, suppressed in India. Like, so many girls just don't get the chance to do what they want. And so there's a lot to do in that sense as well, like, has to be done. And girls like me have to go there and say,
Yeah, you can show them, like, we can be stars as well.
And different, like, you don't have to take shit from anybody. You don't, like, so I think I feel like I have, like, a duty to do that now. Yeah.
Amazing. And yeah, like you say, that's such a big market.
Yeah, as well. And the people are just lovely, and it just feels good to be back home in my second or third, I don't know. Home. Everywhere is my home now. Yeah. Wherever I go, I feel home. I like it here. I could stay here. Then I go there. I like it here. I can stay here. I never miss things so much.
Right.
I miss my cats at home. Like, I miss them a lot. But
at which home? Where are they? London?
Switzerland.
Oh, they're in Switzerland. Right. Okay.
I miss them a lot, and my parents, but cats a bit more. No,
right.
No. But yeah, that's a nice thing. I feel to just feel home everywhere. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the growth through 2020.
Let's see what comes. I'm excited. I'm ready. I feel like, like whatever comes my way. I'm just like, I'm literally enjoying this journey so much. I feel like I've learned that now, like, obviously we all have goals and we want to achieve this and make so much money and all this stuff. But like really and truly for me, like this now, this every moment is so important. And that's what I live for. That's what I do it for. I don't do it because one day I will have this and that. Of course, that will be great when I achieve that. But this now is great.
It's great to see. So let's get you back on when volume 2 drops.
Yeah, yes.
And break that down.
Yeah, let's do it.
Amazing. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.
It's DJ Double here with Tashan.